This Liberty Sports Update is brought to you by Beacon Credit Union.
The last game in the Vine Center for a trip to the NCAA tournament, is it fitting that an arena that was built to bring Liberty to such a large stage before Liberty got to a large stage, is its last game will be on a large stage with an NCAA tournament berth on the line?
Yeah, I think the significance of the game, the fact that it's on ESPN, it's the last game of the Vines tenure. So yeah, I think all those externals make it that much more of a story. Yet once the ball goes up, it'll be two teams that are trying to continue their season uh, in a place that we all started out at the beginning of the year hoping to go. So I think again, once the game gets going, all that stuff will go away, and um, I think it'll be a highly competitive game.
It's not much of a shocker to many that Liberty's here, preseason favorite, defending champs. But for Lipscomb to get here is a little bit of a surprise, especially, when they started, I think, 2-5 in league play, but then they've gone on a tear. How good of a job has Coach Acuff done in his first year?
Well, he's a wonderful coach, terrific person too, and they really present some challenges for you because come on in. They really present some challenges because of their inside presence with Hassan Asajala, who's really come on and I think still has one of the highest usage rates in the country. But they have other good players around him. Buckland's terrific. Fleming's really been playing well. KJ, the freshman's been really good for him. I'm going to leave someone out, but I think for us, we're not surprised. We knew when we played them here the first time that they were a tough out. They were hard to guard, and then obviously they won in Nashville. So you mentioned that we it's no surprise to anyone that we're here, but I'm really proud of our group. I think it takes a great deal of maturity and mental toughness to endure the expectations that have been on our guys all year long since being 14-0 at the start and hearing the noise about we might not lose a game or we're going to run through the ASUN. I heard Mark Few today on Sirius XM talking about how everyone thinks they're just going to run through the WCC, but that's just not realistic for Division I college basketball. So I think it's two teams that deserve to be here, and North Florida also had a great season. So I'm excited to see the result on Sunday.
Does Asajala worry you more as a passer or as a scorer?
He's complete. He's a good player. But again, our defense is kind of where we hope to hang our hat, and I'm worried about every opponent. That's just the nature of the beast. But they have a very good team, and they showed that in Nashville.
You talked before about how the last two ASUN champions won on the road. Is there anything that you're doing, behind the scenes, talking to the guys about, trying to keep that from happening and stopping that streak?
Not really. Again, I think when you have such an old group I'm using in college years, not in years of life. But I think our guys realize the insignificance of the number by your name, of being at home. Now, mind you, the crowd the other night on Thursday night had an impact on the outcome. I think they injected another dose of energy in our guys that we kind of rode in the second half and were able to prevail. So I hope it's raucous. I hope it's sold out, and I think our fans could have a lot to do with the way we play.
With the last game, with the game against Lipscomb being would be 8 days between times of playing, is that memory of how that game unfolded still fresh in everyone's minds, of how Lipscomb delivered a really good first punch and didn't get knocked out, but ultimately weren't able to get back into it?
I think it's only natural that it was only 8 days ago, and we haven't been down 20 points in a long time. So I certainly think that got our attention, but the game settled back in, and again, our guys kept chipping away, and I think our execution has to be better if we're going to hope to advance the NCAA tournament. But our guys are well aware of that, and again, we're a process-oriented program. We're just trying to get better every day, and here's the last test of the season, if you will, before postseason or the NCAA tournament or NIT, wherever you go. Here's the last opportunity to get better. So I hope we take that challenge and make the most of it.
Coach, can you talk about your team's composure when it seems like there's a lot of nervous energy in the Vines last night? Just your team's ability to overcome that nervousness or maybe that rut offensively that you guys were in.
Yeah, ironically, it was a freshman that kind of broke the ice. Like Shiloh Robinson hit a wing three in front of their bench. We were stuck on 9. It was 18-9, and the other team was energized and confident. And Shiloh banged a 3 to cut it to 6. And once we got back within that working margin, then Darius hit a 3 at the end of the half that I thought was important. But we kind of referenced in the huddles that if we can just get the lead again, the paradigm would shift to where they're playing from behind instead of ahead. And I think once we got that, although we weren't able to pull away significantly, I think the usual suspects, Georgie was steady. I thought Scotty came in first time in the second half and did a great job. He had a huge offensive rebound and put back, I think, with 1:30 to go. And then the invisible guys, Mayo and Cuff did a great job defensively, and that was important. And Caleb, there's a reason why he's touted as one of the best players in the region and the player of the year in the league.
Have you had any conversations or what's been your message to Cuff with his struggles offensively lately?
I don't worry about Cuff. Like, he's a career 36 to 38 3-point shooter. What he brings to our program on the defensive end is unique. Like, you just don't. There's the Marcus Smarts of the world, the Patrick Beverleys of the world that I think have a similar impact on their teams. And although I know he wants to score like all 18 to 22-year-olds, I just want him to take good shots. And if he takes good shots, I'm okay with him getting out of his struggles. It's going to happen. Like, I think he was the highest plus-minus guy last night, though. He was +8. So obviously he had an impact on the game when he was on the floor.